am after so many years, hounded by hatred and trapped by fear. I'm in a box. I've got no place to go. If I'm the prisoner, won't you hear my plea? I need somebody, yeah, to listen to me. I beg you, brothers and sisters, I'm counting on you, yeah. Black babies in the womb, shackled and bound, chained by the caveman, keeps beauty down, snacked on the ass when they're squalling and wet. And to a spineless man who never forgets, never forgets that he's a prisoner. Can't you hear my plea? 'Cause I need somebody, Lord knows, to listen to me. I'm a stranger to my son who wonders why his daddy runs. Yeah. On my way to work in the morning when I don't give a damn.
By advertising on YouTube, I catch the eye of my ideal customers at the right time. I can connect with someone like...
I'm making this video to address the ongoing back and forth between myself and Drake. Both me and Drake have taken shots at each other, and it's time to put it to rest. I'm asking Drake on December 7th to join me on stage as a special guest and share the two biggest albums of the year live in Los Angeles, with the ultimate purpose being to free Larry Hoover. I believe this event will not only bring awareness to our cause, but prove to people everywhere how much more we can accomplish when we lay our pride to the side and come together. This is Jay and Jay Prince. I'm making this video to address the ongoing back and forth between myself and Drake.
Greetings, peace, and love, as always, to all those viewing us. This is the Northeast Political Prisoner Coalition podcast. My name is Frank Brown. I'm with my brother
Abdul Haqq is lying.
As you just seen, it's a very important piece that we have to look at, because when we talk about political prisoners, we can't waste no time and waste no opportunity when we are presented with it. We just seen Kanye West as well as Jay Prince present a statement on Larry Hoover and how they were going to come together, him meaning Kanye West and Drake, to have some solidarity around struggling to free Larry Hoover. When I think about his role, his responsibility to step up and do that, I ask myself how us as people who have been listening to hip hop for a number of years need to call on various artists to take a stand when it comes to political prisoners. I know when I read Maroon the Implacable, I see that Chuck D, he took a position, he wrote the forward toward the book, in the book, and I thought that was commendable. I know I was listening to a song about Mumia, and featured on it, I think, was Public Enemy, Pharoah Monch, and a number of conscious rappers. I know that conscious hip hop artists, excuse me. I know that Styles P, he's another conscious hip hop artist. And what we want to do with this particular episode is when we have there's an idea out there, there's an idea around what we need to do regarding political prisoners. I think that we need to use that and make people who are in a position to have influence take a position that's going to bring our political prisoners home, because all of these people have to be responsible for our political prisoners not dying in prison. Brother Haqq.
Peace and love, brothers and sisters. It's a great thing that we have recording artists that are speaking up for our political prisoners. I'd like to, at a later time, Frank, do you know when this concert is that they're talking about having, when and where?
I don't particularly know at this time. I know that people could look at that small piece that Kanye issued, and if you listen to the piece, it says the time.
Yeah. When people view this podcast, contact us at a later date so we can give you exact time and location of the concert to free Larry Hoover. I'd like to say, before I get into the meat of what I'm talking about, is that the enemy who wants us to abandon our political prisoners, to say that our political prisoners are our enemy. Today we're talking about those who have become politicized while in prison. That the enemy who wants us to turn our back on them, you understand, is the greatest criminal. This is a great criminal who is going around the world murdering dark-skinned people, stealing resources, committing the most hideous genocides and infanticides, you understand, for the god of money. This is the criminal that wants us to say that those who protected us from them are criminals. This is a criminal who is causing catastrophes in the climate change, through illegal activity going around the world, robbing people. You understand? This thing called climate change. And I want to say that all of y'all who are listening to my voice right now, there is a great possibility that because of the actions of this criminal, this enemy, that all of y'all is going to be dead by 2135 because of climate change. This is the one who wants to brainwash you and make you think what they want you to think. You want you to have the mentality that they want you to have. You know, there was a program on Democracy Now! Yesterday, November 11th, 2021, that brought out the information that the U.S. military is the greatest cause of climate change.
You mean November 9th? Yesterday was November 9th.
11, didn't I say November 9?
You said November, I thought you said November 11th. But go ahead. Proceed, I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, you know, you know how it is, brother, man. You know, this struggle has getting me high sometimes, so I did something like that. November 9th, 2021, Democracy Now! Had a program that talked about how the U.S. military is the greatest cause of climate change. These people who are criminals in their hearts and soul and minds, you understand, who because of their selfishness and greed go around the world committing transnational armed robberies, and in the process of doing so, you know, they let off emissions, you understand, carbon, you understand, into the atmosphere, you understand, that's causing great climate crises and catastrophes, hurricanes, tornadoes, floods, drought, famine, you understand? And like I said, many of you, if you don't bring this enemy down, you understand, if we don't destroy this system, all of y'all who are listening to my voice right now are going to be dead by 2135. You understand? In fact, every breathing thing that breathes on the planet Earth will be dead by then. You understand? If this system stays in place. Now, if we live in an ocean of crime, then some of us is going to get crime into us, a criminal mentality, and a criminal culture. You know, we're going to be affected by this. I was one of them people, you understand, that because of social crimes, you know, went to penitentiary when I was an enemy of the people, you know, robbing and stealing, you understand, and committed criminal acts. And I became politicized in prison. So the people we're talking about today, people like Larry Hoover and Jeff Fort, these are some brothers who, during their incarceration, became politicized. And now both of them are calling to stop the gun violence. Both Jeff Fort and Larry Hoover right now are calling for an end to this madness, this violence. If you go online and look up Jeff Fort and Larry Hoover call to end the gun violence, much stuff will come up. A lot of things will come up. You know, Larry Hoover is saying that we must spread love among one another. You know, it's incidentally, I was just looking at a video earlier, just a few minutes ago, where a brother was talking, a brother named U.S., who was high up in the Black Gangster Disciple. I knew this brother from 95th Street, and now even he is wearing a shirt talking about stop the violence. You know, he was, you know, show enough. You know, our brother Sherm the Worm, you know, a brother I was in Maxi Max with. It's a brother who sent out a message to the youth about stop the madness. You know, so many of the people who became politicized while incarcerated are now calling to stop the violence. Jeff Fort's daughter, Amina Matthews, has put together a group called the Interrupters, and they're in Chicago right now and have been successful in stopping a lot of the gun violence. It was Jeff Fort's daughter.
You want me to get the video?
Yeah, turn on the Interrupters, right? The trailer for the Interrupters.
You can keep talking to the people.
Yeah.
So I get it.
And at a later time, brothers and sisters, you can watch the whole video of the Interrupters. The trailer is about 2 minutes, and it'll give you it'll kind of give you an appetite for the whole movie. The whole movie is almost 2 hours, but Sister Amina Matthews, who is Jeff Fort's daughter, is the sister who put together this presentation. And when I'm in Chicago, when I go to Juma at the masjid where her husband is the imam, you know, and they have a very, very successful program in stopping the violence in Chicago. You know, I was watching a video also a few minutes ago, which talked about, they gave the history of how Chicago people went to Chicago to.
I need everybody from the ages of 13 to 24 to stand up. I'm gonna be real honest with you all, because see, we real talking up in here, because Duke is real laying right in front of us.
A man was murdered overnight on Chicago's South Side. Police say it happened execution style.
I'm fed up.
124 people have been killed.
Each and every one of you all can be Duke right here.
There are 3 bullet holes in his home fired by...
We got a responsibility to bring up our community to be vibrant.
A girl died last Friday, shot in the back as he tried to shoot.
My brothers, cease the fire, call the truth.
The Violence Interrupters had one goal in mind: save a life. And we need people to step up this table and go over and beyond.
Man, we got over 500 years of prison time at this table. That's a lot of wisdom.
If I fall short.
Half of my life I was in prison. That's why I do what I do now. I think I just stay busy, just try to forget about some of the things that I've done.
If your expectations...
I used to be in jails, kicking off rides and just gangbanging. Let's just correct this. Let's just be a family.
There's always tomorrow.
Amina Matthews' father was one of the biggest gang leaders in the history of Chicago. She gets in where a lot of guys can't get in.
Schools, churches, your mama's house, your cars, those are safe zones.
Hang in there, baby. Sooner or later, I'll get it.
How can you help me? Right now. How can you help me?
Please don't give up on me.
And I thank God that you have changed your life, but you just don't know what that have did to me and my kids. I deal with this every day of my life.
I know it's late.
Can't know anybody come in and tell a guy to put his gun down. We've been taught violence. Violence is learned behavior.
If they have a strong person that's lived that life, I think they could be saved.
Whatever you do, we're gonna make it. We'll make it.
Do you want to be loved? Absolutely. Do you deserve to be loved? Absolutely.
We're sick and tired of our babies being killed. We can't be quiet no more.
We still look out for one another. To me, it's like there's still some hope left.
Don't give up on me.
All right, brothers and sisters, that was a trailer for the documentary, The Interrupters. And like I say, the sister that you saw in there was Jeff Fort's daughter, Amina Matthews. And her program in Chicago has been very successful in stopping the violence. You know, and like I mentioned before, when I'm in Chicago, I go to Juma at the masjid where her husband is imam. So that was just the trailer. So if you want to watch the whole video, go to The Interrupters movie. If you just go to The Interrupters, you get something about a singing group. So to get the documentary, go to the Interrupters movie. Okay, and like I said, we are supporting our political prisoners of the N.E.P.P.C, the Northeast Political Prisoners, Northeast Political Prisoners Coalition, and there are those who go to prison and become very, very politicized. George Jackson was one of those. And right now, Larry Hoover and Jeff Fort are among those who become politicized, who are right now calling to stop the violence. And these are brothers that got tall respect in the hood, got tall respect cross country, and can have an impact on brothers and sisters who aspire to manhood, who have a different definition of manhood. You understand? And the manhood that we talk about, the real definition of manhood, is being in control of where you live, protecting where you live, making it safe, to control the culture, the ideas, the atmosphere, to control everything. Like Michael said, not Michael, what Malcolm said, to control every aspect of your existence, the politics, the economics, the education, to control everything. So these are brothers who is on that vibe right now, So we need to fight to free them. And incidentally, as we're talking about, we're focusing on these kind of comrades right now. At the present time, we are engaged in a campaign called "We Will Stop the Killing." We don't believe that this thing is so overwhelming that it just ain't nothing that we can do about our situation. That's something that oppression does for people. Oppression makes the people think that there's nothing they can do to change their situation. But we are saying that we, the people, we, black people, have the power, the expertise, the knowledge, the skills, the intelligence, you understand, the theory, you understand, to stop the violence in our community and in our communities. And Brother Larry Hoover and Brother Jeff Fort are brothers right now who are, and that brother you see him right there, Imam Jamil, he is a brother who's turned the lives around of various young brothers and sisters. This is a brother right here, one of his expertise as a spiritual leader is to get people to control their lower animal desires and to be on the level of the higher self, the higher spiritual self. That brother right now you see on the screen right now, formerly known as H. Rap Brown, is another one of the brothers who turned the lives around of young brothers, young gangster type brothers. Yes, go ahead, brother.
I'm sorry, brother. I just want to let the viewers know that there's going to be a very important program tomorrow at 7 p.m. So follow the contact information, learn about it, and learn more about Imam Amil Jamil. Imam Amil Jamil, right? And then one of the things that I came across a local store that was dealing with the Islamic faith, and the sister said that I could bring some information to her. Let me give the viewers that address where this spot was. It's called Sahara Ejab. Is at 142-60 Rockaway Boulevard, South Ozone Park, New York 11436. Again, that's 142-60 Rockaway Boulevard, South Ozone Park, New York 11436. That's the location. That's the address. If you have any information on Imam Jamil, please give it to her. She said that she would let us put that material there, and this way we could get more people informed.
Right
so,
on.
Good, brother. I didn't want to cut you off.
Yeah, and also doing my research, I see that there's a movement in Chicago asking the prison authorities to allow Larry Hoover and Jeff Fort to communicate with the masses. These pigs don't even want these brothers' voices to get out there. These are people want to stop the killing, and these pigs don't even want that to happen. You know, I've written letters to various political prisoners, including these brothers right here, asking them for statements. And, you know, I hope they got to them, and I hope that the pigs didn't sabotage and interrupt my communications to them, because when I was in the penitentiary in Lucasville, I walked into the mail room and I caught a pig sitting up there reading somebody's mail. That's against the regulations. They're not supposed to read your mail in that institution. But I caught a pig reading his mail. So hopefully we'll have some statements from them. And, you know, right now there's a very big effort in Chicago. Chicago was the murder capital of the world. And there's a very big push in Chicago to stop this madness. And like you saw in the trailer for The Interrupters, and if you'll see more, if you watch the documentary The Interrupters, they have been successful in turning the lives around of some gangbangers, you know, of some people who were destined for life in the penitentiary, you know. So we are saying that, you know, let's raise our voices, you know, there's power in the people, you know, let's support the freedom of these brothers, support the efforts to get their words out to the masses, to the young brothers and sisters, you know, to resolve their issues, to resolve their beefs. You understand? You know, in the spirit of the Million Man March, you know, the vibe there was if you bump into a brother, if you step on a brother's foot, you say, "Excuse me, brother," and you know, it was harmony. So when we're trying to get into the street, if you see a beef, a quarrel is arising and it's escalating, you know, one or both of them got to be mature enough to say, "Oh, brother, look, I'm sorry, man. Let's resolve this. Let's resolve this difference." You dig what I'm saying? So this is what we're fighting for, and we're saying that indeed we are going to stop the killing. We got confidence we're going to do that. We have the ability to do that. We're going to do that because we got black power.
Yes, well said, to the point, and very important information that we present to the viewers on a weekly or bi-weekly time, 12 o'clock, 12 noon. Look forward to us presenting some information on political prisoners. We present it to you because, as Sundiata Akoli said, it's not up to the state to free political prisoners. It's for the people to do that. And the only way we can do that is being an organized force. So we got to continue to do our work. Let's be diligent. Let's hold each other accountable, and let's bring them home, because we can bring them home, you know, because our responsibility is to not let political prisoners die in prison. So as we always do, I just want to give you a few words from our brother.
Credit to this idea of this Kathy Hughes of Radio 1. She's like, "Michael, it is time that you guys organize a fund to set aside to help people who sacrifice for our freedom." Meaning, every time something happens, I hear this: "Why don't the gang bangers jump up and do something for us? Why don't you kill them? You kill each other." And I say to myself, when is the last time you sent money to Assata Shakur? When is the last time you sent money to Matulu Shakur? When is the last time you sent money to Mumia Abu-Jamal or Larry Hoover or Jeff Ford or Leonard Peltier? When is the last time you have made it your business to send money to a revolutionary or a hoodlum that has helped us? And until we start to do that, how can we ask these young men to be warriors? Because if they do it in the name of the hood, at least the hood gonna honor their name always. At least the hood gonna make sure at least their children got something, or their mama's house is looked after. As a community, if we're going to ask people to bungee jump for us with no cord, be prepared to take care of them when they get a life sentence. Be prepared to look after their families. See, I don't mind the work getting done, but let's take care of the workers. Let's stop asking more out of people than we would do for ourselves. So what I'd like to see, my dream thing, is to see 1 million people from the culture dedicate $10 a month. That's $10 million a month, $120 million a year toward taking care of civil rights leaders who have worked on our behalf and are elderly now and don't have to take care of themselves, like Rosa Parks, whose rent was paid by the owner of Little Caesars Pizza. We should have had a fund to make sure that she never had to worry about that again in her life. We should have a fund that makes sure money makes it to Assata Shakur. And Matulu Shakur has legal representation and food. And Leonard Peltier, who has diabetes in jail, can get insulin taken care of. And until we start doing it, $10 a month is about what you pay on a couple fast food restaurant visits. So if 1 million of us do that for the rest of our life, look at how well we'll be taking care of the people that we're actually.
What's the call?
Free 'em all.
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 What's the call?
Free 'em all.